So as I was looking through video requests from people, I was really shocked to see how many were requests about just my own personal experiences with, training, competing, my life, just my own personal stuff. So something I often think about just the last, 10 years of everything I've gone through with bodybuilding and competing and where my businesses have gone. And so many different things run through my head that I sometimes want to share with people, just different little clips that I, remember, neat things that I remember about my training that I thought, I can't wait to tell people about this someday. And, something popped into my head the other day that I remembered, and it's crazy because I haven't thought about this for, the last couple years, really, or really, I guess the last year since I went pro, but it was something that was a part of my life for so long in my training. So the entire time that I was training to become a pro, that was always my goal, from the time I was younger. That was my main goal getting into bodybuilding eventually, was to become an IFBB pro. I thought about it every day, nonstop, constantly, every time I trained. Every time I was at the gym, I would chant in my head while I was, doing reps, IFBB Pro, IFBB Pro. And it worked out perfect because it was 5 syllables, IFBB Pro. So I would count all my reps. Like if I was doing 15 reps, I'd count it 3 sets. I'd do 3 sets of IFBB Pro. If it was 20 reps, I'd do 4 sets of it. And that's how I counted my reps. And as things got harder, I would just keep that going in my head. And before long, it just kind of became a habit. I didn't really even realize that I was saying it in my head. And it was just always going on. It was like a constant, reel, like a movie reel, just constantly rolling, thinking that, everything, pushing me through my training. People always ask, how is your training different now that you are pro compared to the time leading up to it? It's not that you're always trying to change in this sport. You could always become better. There's never where you reach a point that you just say, I'm done. I'm just going to hang out and be good enough. You can always be better. But, leading up to last year when I got my pro card, there were, things that the judges had told me, that I needed to work on. I needed to bring my legs up. I needed bigger legs. I needed bigger shoulders. There was a lot of critiques and corrections that I had to focus on, that I had to grow. Now, I was told that my size is there. Now you just hone in on details. So it's not that my training isn't just as intense, it is. But to get that size, to get to the point that where I am now, it was hell in my training. There was not a day in the gym that I left anything there. I had to mentally talk myself, not just through the workout, but just to get to the gym. I just remember driving to the gym, just talking myself into every exercise that I was going to do, every rep I was going to do, because it was so intense, especially my leg workouts, because that was somewhere that I did lack before that I needed to bring up. And they would be so brutal that it put me out for days. And not out as far as I was sore. I'm talking out like mentally. I wouldn't hang out with friends. I would have to just stay at home because I literally couldn't focus. I was so mentally destroyed from how difficult these workouts were and how hard I pushed to get where I needed to be. And I was willing to do that. And I don't regret a second of it. It was amazing. I would, to eat, to get to that size, I literally was stuffing myself with food at that point. I didn't go out a lot with friends because I seriously could not move. I felt bloated constantly. Every meal was just making me feel fuller and fuller. But I knew that's what I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be. So, that IFBB Pro chant just constantly went through my head. And that was a big driving force behind a lot of my workouts. A lot of the times that I felt maybe I couldn't get through. So just something I thought of the other day about my own personal life that I thought was neat that I wanted to share with you guys. So I appreciate any feedback, anything else you guys want to know. I'd love to do a video on it. My own personal experience. It's my dog. Whatever. So give me some feedback. I'm going to go take care of this disaster.